Yeah, one thing I remembered as well, like when you're just on quickly on the topic of what I do differently, again, like I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm not phrasing these things in the most interesting way, but one thing is like I've much preferred working with like friends and family than hiring VAs. Like it's kind of bad, but I just hate training them. Like you get rewarded for it, you know, once you actually train them, but I hate training them. Like it's just painful, it's time consuming, and when you get like a dumb message, I don't know, it enrages me. Like I get annoyed by, like I could lose a bunch of money and not get annoyed, and if like I'm messaged about some dumb thing, I'll
like
just,
your fuse is,
I'm fuming. I'm just, so my strategy has been like, I've got my brother working for me, basically like free labor, which is very, very helpful. And then I've got like another guy who's like a friend, and he's like kind of like a store manager. So I've kind of done it the opposite, where instead of hiring a bunch of VAs, I've got someone who's a bit more higher skilled. Like he's like working like quite a high paying job, but he's like, I've got a few hours a day each day, I want to earn some extra money. So he just kind of manages, and we kind of discussed this at one point, like when we chatted a while back, and I kind of executed that, where he manages most of my stores. So all the day-to-day checking, just all the small tasks, but they take up mental energy, just organizing all that kind of thing, and he sorts that, and then I give him like a bit of a share of the profit, not equity, but like for the time that he's worked and the stores, I'll give him like a small percent of the profit, and it works out like best of both worlds, because it pushes him to want to actually scale the business, because he's like invested in me, right? Like he wants me to grow and expand, whereas like a VA, they just want, you know, they're great for certain things, but they're not interested in you like scaling the business, and they're not really there for, you know, to kind of push you in
they
that
don't have any
direction.
skin in the game, and you don't normally you don't give them performance bonuses, right?
Exactly.
So it's very hard for them to give a fuck.
It's
Whereas
just a
if
job.
it's like if it's
just a job for them.
yeah, which
it's
pretty
fair
much for
enough,
most employees it is, right?
Yeah.
But it's like like they're not.
They're not invested in the actual future and everything.
Yeah. So I
Things
say
you can get some very good VAs though that will be very invested, because like we've had some good Filipino ones before, and they're like very, very. They are invested.
Yeah.
Like they do actually want you to do it, but
they
it's
see
like
the future maybe, and
right, because if you're paying them well and you're paying them on time,
they don't
all the
want it
time,
to fade
like,
away.
Good. Right. They don't want it to dip, because then they'll
Yeah.
go back to the pool of
Yeah.
100,000 fucking VAs looking for jobs. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So I think they are quite appreciative of the job. So you can find good ones and you can find fucking horrendous ones. But yeah, like I know what you mean by like the annoying messages and stuff like this. Like,
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 it just it's something I need to get like.
you should you should work on it. For a
Yeah,
bit.
it just angers me. Like, oh, should I refund this? And it's just like,
Is this a scam? Is this a scam?
but I think that's one small thing, like, which is a bit different, I guess. It's just, and like, I like, you know, just performance based. Like, if we earn nothing, you're getting nothing. If we do really well, you're getting rewarded as well, right? So for me, that's a much more preferable way. I obviously can't do that with everything, but for what I can do that with, I'd much rather that kind of model than be, you know, have like these kind of fixed costs of I'm paying, you know, this amount, and let's say things go badly, then like I can't pay out, right? So having everything like performance based where possible for me is like a bit of a preferred way of kind of outsourcing.
Like results, commission, or like performance based is
Yeah.
a very good way to do things. So like a lot of people do like per listing, they'll pay per listing rather than paying per hour, things like this. And encourages them to do more listings.
Yeah, that's what I do
encourages
as
them to
well.
do it,
Yeah, I don't like
do a better way.
I do nothing per hour, and even like I kind of just pay my VA on vibes, to be honest. Like
On vibes.
I just pay him what I want. Like
Says in the contracts you get paid on vibes.
like this is what I'm saying. I'm disorganized. Like, I'm chaotic. Like I don't have like any fixed thing. Like, I just tell him, what have you done this week? And like obviously I know if he's done it, because it'll be like, you say, I've done 100 listings. I chased for reviews on these stores. I was responding to messages on these stores. Blah blah blah.
Oh, you don't like doing customer service?
Oh no, I'm not like Sal. Sal loves it, but personally, yeah. No, Sal doesn't like it. I think he wants that on the record. He doesn't. But yeah, no. So I just, and then I'll pay him, and I'll say like, was that fair? Like, and normally, yeah, he's happy. Sometimes he will be like, oh, I feel like I deserved a bit more. Sometimes he'll be like, oh, you've paid me too much. So like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good relationship. Yeah, like
So I just prefer that. Obviously, it's not feasible. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I should have more VAs. Like, I think in total I've got 3 staff, right? So I've got my brother, my friend, and then 1 VA. Probably need like another 1 or 2 VAs for now. But like I said, that's one thing I've been lazy on. So yeah, I'll use this to hold me to account to actually hire some more. So maybe when I do that, that won't be feasible. But the one I have right now, like, I have that relationship with him where, you know, he's just very grateful and he trusts me to pay him fairly. And like, I'm not trying to fleece people as well. Like, if I think someone's done a good job, I'm happy to pay for what that's worth. So yeah, I'll just pay him basically on what I feel he deserves. And if he feels like it's not fair, he'll tell me, and that's how it is. So, but I'm very different. Like, I'm a chaotic person. Like, I don't like formality. Like, I really don't like formality. So yeah.
It works for you.
Yeah, it works for me, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it doesn't really matter if it's going well. It really
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
I'd say the patience thing, maybe like if you get an annoying question, like like then that's okay. Because like because even when we hired Sham after you left uni, I was like, any question you ask me the first like 3 months, I won't get annoyed by, but I'll get annoyed by something if you make a mistake and didn't ask me the question. That's when I'll get annoyed. You don't ask me stupid questions, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter.
True.
But if you then don't ask me the question and fuck it up, then I'm pissed. Like, then it's an annoying
yeah,
thing, right?
that's the more rational way to think. I'm kind of well, I'll be angry in both. Like, but if the mistake, like, I'll always be less angry if they make the mistake. I don't know. It's weird. Just. Yeah, I just don't like being asked stuff, honestly. Like, just when it's a dumb thing, like when it's like, oh, this customer messaged me this, what do I do? I'm just like, go away, like, go away.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's what I'll say. I was like, use your initiative, please.
That's the thing, like, yeah, often VAs don't really have initiative. Like, it's like...
You've said before they're worse than a computer.
Yeah, because sometimes they are, because a computer can't...
A computer does
exactly what it's told. It can't deviate from that. Obviously, there's bugs and there's problems, but like, it can't deviate from exactly what it's told, whereas a person can always deviate from exactly what they've been told. They forget it, they have to be reminded it, they make mistakes, right? Human error. That's why it's annoying, right? That's why computers are very good, right? Like, but then obviously the thought and the intuition a computer doesn't have a brain. So it's like, yeah, we've had so many fucking stuff and have so many problems. That's why I have so much patience, because like, we've had retarded stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, someone, I don't know if I should say, someone told me off the other day, this is retard.
I think it's
like
pretty
a really
valid
bad
for the
word.
staff members we've had.
No, a lot of them are fucking great, but some of them are like, if you're, VAs are a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think VAs, because it's like they don't have the opportunities necessarily to go for a better job, whereas in the UK, honestly, I believe anyone that's getting paid minimum wage can get like £10.50.
If you don't treat them well,
if you're getting paid £10.50, no, but if you're getting paid £10.50, I think if you're a bit smarter, you can easily get paid like £14 an hour, that kind of thing. Yeah. Whereas in the Philippines, it's kind of like $3 or $3.
Yeah.
It's like, it's very different. It's kind of, that's it, right? You ain't getting fucking more than that, really. So it's like a bit of a different thing, but yeah, like, staff members are hard, but that's the thing with staff members. It's like, that's the real way to scale. It's like everyone ever been successful. It's like, it's normally... No, literally every business pretty much. It's like, it's hiring the right staff members. Like, if you understand that, then it's very easy, because that's what builds you. Like, you're only one person, whereas like the team around you is what actually pushes you forward. It's like, you have to get good at hiring the right people and managing the right people. Otherwise you can't do anything. And that's one thing that I even should focus on as well, because I need to hire people that are better than me at the specific tasks rather than hiring people that are not and then training them to my level. I need people better than me. Almost.
Yeah, I think I need to just like even hire some bad staff, honestly, just to get that experience of just...
Bro, the thing is with VAs, bro, it's the easy... In-person employees is very different. VAs, you just log them out of fucking ads power and then they're sacked.
Just
like
block on WhatsApp, innit?
It is that easy.
Honestly, I had one. Oh my God, yeah.
Bro, I've had times where I just like, they're like, oh, sir, I need to work. It's like, oh, sorry to like...
I had this is a tangent, but I had one like... He did like... So I hired 2 at once, and this one kind of, I gave him like a bit of a task to do. So it was just like some images to do. And he did like 5 products of images, which, you know, normally, like the thing I really liked about the one I did hire, he worked for like 3-4 weeks for free for me, and he refused to be paid until he was doing a good job. This other one, like immediately doing a task, he was like, oh, where's my payment and all this? So I was like, oh, I don't think it's going to work. Between I just gave him like a tenner, just, you know, go away, right? he messaged me the next day. He's like, hey man, like, could I use your brother's ID to open a store because I can't get, I need a British ID because I'm Pakistani. I'm like, bro, I'm not giving you my brother's ID to open it. Are you crazy? And he's like, oh, like, I'm too nice as well. So I was like, oh, sorry, like, I'm not sure. Like, he's like, oh, would you mind asking some friends and family if I could use the ID to open a Etsy store? I was like, nah,
that's a bit outrageous.
Yeah, he's like, oh, we can do 50-50 on a store. I was like, bro, you're a VA I hired for like, you know, a few hundred a month. I'm not doing a 50.
Basic work that he wasn't even qualified.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even.
And the
like,
work he did wasn't even
do.
good. It wasn't even good, man. Like, yeah, that was a weird VA story. But yeah, I just blocked that guy. It was weird. Yeah, yeah, strange. But you're right. It's the team around you at the end of the day. So that's one thing where I think I am behind where I should be. Where I should have like more VAs and more kind of staff. But yeah, just something I've slipped up on.
Yeah, it is super annoying. I remember, it's not really a long story, but it's kind of funny. Were you there in the office when we hired this guy? It was one of these VAs. It was a Filipino VA, and we hired like his roommate, and he was roommate.
Yeah,
we wanted to hire him. The interview, honestly, probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. Literally the funniest thing. Okay, literally I don't know why it was so funny. Like, we weren't boozed or anything like that. It was the funniest thing. We did a video call and he was like sat on a washing machine, just like vibrating the whole time. He was just like shaking. I shit you not, he was sat on a fucking washing machine.
and it was on.
It was on. And it's just like so loud. Bro, we get on the call and I'm just pissing myself. I'm like wheezing, like crying. And like so's my business partner and he's just sat there like smiling, just staring at the camera. It's like the funniest shit I've ever seen. Literally the funniest shit I've ever seen. I don't know. Yeah,
this is what to do in that situation.
The funniest shit I've ever seen.